Hey guys, what's going on? Mizu back here with another video. Today I'm going to be doing episode 4 of the masterclass with the wall. Today we're going to be covering the midfield and everything you can do with the midfield. Now the midfield is a little tricky because it is that transition point between offense and defense. Now, we're not going to necessarily be covering too much of the mechanics to do in the midfield, as I have covered that in episodes 1, 2, and 3. We're going to be covering more of what the right idea is and how you can practice that, how you can recognize that, and how you can be that crucial midfielder in the team, whether it's solo queue or on an actual roster that you're playing with some guys. Maybe it's RLCS qualifiers, maybe it's just for fun and ranked. Whatever it could be, you want to be that crucial midfielder that gets your team from defense to offense every time. We're going to be covering how to do that, how to recognize it, how to make the right play, and how to do it consistently in that video here. So stick around. We're going to be showing you guys what that looks like. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so how we're going to start this video is we're actually going to be doing a training pack that is absolutely fantastic for off the wall. This is actually a training pack we're going to use in the next episode, episode 5 for offense as well, but we're going to be doing a little twist on this training pack for episode 4 for the midfield stuff. So link will be in the description for this training pack, or you can copy it off the screen, whatever is easier for you to do. But we're going to be hopping straight into this training pack. We're actually just going to take every single shot here that we can get, and instead of shooting it on target, we're actually going to practice how we can take control, what the right play is, and how to execute that. So let's start with midfield passes. When is the right time to do a midfield pass? When is not the right time to do a midfield pass? When should I solo play? Etc. So let's just start with practicing the midfield pass. Let's take all these shots. Let's go at them like we're going to shoot, and then just pass it midfield, right? We're going to talk about when is a good idea to midfield pass and not. We're just going to be going through these shots so you guys know what it looks like. But just get up for this ball. We're not going to be talking about the mechanics. We're just going to be showing you guys. Try to midfield pass these if you can. Just single jump, flip into them, or you can just double jump. Go nice and slow. Whatever you're comfortable with. Just try to hit this ball as close as you can, just straight down in the midfield. You don't want to spike it into the ground at the same time. You just want to be like, if I was in the midfield, what kind of pass would I want? And try to give that kind of pass. Make it easy for your teammate, right? But at the same time, don't put it close to the net, because if I do a pass like this, that's way too close to the net. The other team on defense is just going to be able to clear that. You want to do a pass that's nice and far back like that, and your teammate should be positioned for that accordingly. Obviously, try to have a glance over where your teammate's at to put it in a nice spot for him, but never pass the ball literally right in front of the net like that, because that is just extremely dangerous unless you know the defense isn't set up for that. Your call, but you just kind of got to read the play a little bit. But we're going to be going through these packs and just practicing the passing. So passing is a very powerful tool that is not utilized enough, even at the highest level, even in pro play, even in SSL, whatever. Passing is not utilized nearly as much as it should be, because it is very risky to pass. But if you get good at passing is very, very dangerous. So look at these passes I'm able to connect with, and this is just mechanically difficult to execute, of course, but it just comes with practice and consistency. We've covered all of how to practice this, how to be able to do this in episodes 1, 2, and 3, so go ahead and watch those guys for the in-depth tutorial on the mechanics of this. But at this point, it's just practicing over and over. If you already know how to do it, it's just the consistency of practicing. But we're just going to keep passing this ball midfield over and over, and once we start getting good at passing these ball down midfield for our team, that's a bad pass because it's way too high. We're going to try to hit this ball down. There we go. That's a good pass. Go for the next one. Pass this ball down to my teammate. There it is. Go to the next one. Pass this ball down to my teammate. This is actually really hard because it bounces down, but we should be able to pass that ball over to my teammate. Just keep going. This is a harder one. It's actually a great example of when to, and this is the second part of the video, when to take control versus when to bang the ball forward. So this is a great example of what we're going to be covering here. So a lot of times in the midfield, people underestimate how much thought goes into it, right? People just go, oh, the midfield, you just got to mechanically execute. Yeah, but you have to mechanically execute the right idea. So what we're going to be talking about here is, are you solo or are you with a team? Because obviously this touch doesn't really matter too much what you do with it, but we're going to be talking about this next touch here, the follow-up. So when you have this time and space, you have to recognize, okay, is my team with me or am I by myself? If you're by yourself, at that point, you have to go, okay, what is the hardest thing for the defense to handle right now? So if you're by yourself and the defense is all midfield, say they're all in the midfield, right? You're going to go, okay, they're all in the midfield. Boom. I'm going up the wall here. I'm going for an air dribble. Let's make them awkward. I'm by myself. I'm soloing the ball. If they're deep and they can play the wall here, what you're going to do is you're actually just going to catch the ball, take your space, bait one in, wait for them to go, and then flick the ball. Try to put it on target. Again, we're just going to be soloing however we can. Even if you don't have to go on target, what you can do is wait for that guy to challenge you, wait for him to challenge you, wait for him to challenge you. You can actually flick it to the side, follow it yourself, maybe flick by another guy. Just allow your team to get boost and follow up with you. That's the important thing. Recognize the space when you're given the space. And the most important thing to decide what you got to do is whether or not your teammates are with you. So again, this is if you're solo. If you're by yourself, your teammates aren't with you, they're back. There's no passing options. There's no follow-ups. What are you going to do? The opponents are back. They're deep. Bait them in. The opponents are on you, but no one's covering the wall. Go up the wall. Do whatever you can. Get around them. But take your time, take your space when you're afforded it. That's very important in the midfield. So this is a great shot for actually talking about how to take your space when you have it. So we have space here. Let's take it. Flick by one guy. All right, we got an opportunity here. Bang that top corner. Whatever you're going to do, right? Now let's talk about what happens when your teammates are with you. So this is when the passing that we have practiced earlier in this pack comes into play. So we're like, okay, I have one teammate here. We're going to quick counter. Boom, pass mid, right? Okay, I have a teammate with me. I'm going to go up the wall here. Boom, pass mid. That was a weak pass. But you guys see the idea. The idea is what's important here. Boom, pass mid. You're like, all right, I'm going to hit this one a little bit harder. That way I can go up the field. I'm going to fake it. Take control. Wait for the guy. Boom, pass mid. You guys see what I'm saying? Like, when you have options, it's important to take your space and play around what the defense can't handle. So practice getting this set up because your touch is never going to be the same twice in a row. And play around what your touch is. So you get the touch, and then you're like, okay, this is my options with my touch. My teammate is mid. Go for the mid pass. You guys see what I'm talking about? This is what happens when you have someone with you. Let's move into another shot here, and let's try to come up with another example. This is another one. Just going to clear it. This is kind of more of a defense thing, so we're going to skip this one. Okay, my teammate's mid here. I'm going to pass it to him. Bang. Okay, I'm solo. All right, I'm going to go for a hit and then follow it up myself. Or I'm going to go for a hit and then double it off the sidewall. You guys see what I'm saying? It's more important to recognize if you're solo in the midfield to generate that offense or if you're with a teammate. So again, if you're with a teammate, you're like, all right, I'm going to lay you in. I'm going to go for a through ball here. Or you're in the midfield. All right, I'll pass it down to you. No worries. Oh, I'm solo? All right, I'm going to go for a double off the sidewall, kill some time, try to get the ball forward here, do whatever I can, right? Very important to recognize if you are solo or if you have your team with you. That is, in my opinion, the absolute most important thing in the midfield. Are you by yourself or are you with your team? If you're by yourself, don't force anything. Allow your teammates to get comfortable. But if you're with your team, then go for that pass. You know what I mean? It's very important to be cognizant of whether your teammates are with you or not. Very, very important, guys. Let's move into another one here. So if I'm by myself, I'm catching this ball. I'm going to solo it. You see what I'm saying? I'm by myself. All right, no worries. Catching this ball. I'm going to go for an air dribble. I'm just going to solo it. Whatever I want to do, right? I can even catch this ball and go off the ceiling and then hit it and then double it, or literally whatever you want to do, you can do that. But if you're like, my teammate's with me, all right, boom, pass mid. It's very important to recognize if you got that teammate or not, because that opens up options for what you want to do, right? You have to kill time for your teammates to get back if they're not there. So if this was a striker pack, I'd be showing you guys how to shoot this ball, but that's not what we're talking about here today, guys. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is whether or not your teammate's with you, right? This is a very important one to show you guys. This is actually something I see quite a bit. If you have time and space, there is no need to jump off this wall and get this ball. There's no need for it, okay? If you are by yourself and you're trying to kill time for your team, you recognize you have that space, take it. Take that space. You know what I mean? Like, dribble it. Why not? Take the space that you're afforded from the other team and dribble the ball, okay? But if you have that teammate mid, lay him in. You see? You guys starting to understand that difference here? There's no need to rush a play when you're by yourself to hit it back well and you're like, oh, no one's mid. What the heck, man? I hit it mid for my team. No, that's on you for not recognizing your teammates aren't there, right? If you're solo, take your space, even fake it, jump off the wall, take the ball, just solo it, like relax, take your time. Your team isn't set up. This is a team game, right guys? This is a team game. This is how we interact in the midfield. This isn't offense. This is not an offense tutorial. This is not a defense tutorial. This is a midfield tutorial. And in my opinion, it is the most complex thing in Rocket League because no one really understands how to do it properly, okay? If you have time, take your time. If you're solo, take it solo. If you have a teammate, utilize that teammate, right? That is the most important thing. I often see people in Champ and Grand Champ hitting a mid. They're like, why the frick isn't my teammate there, man? That's an empty net. It's like, man, your teammate was not there, so you should have done this. Soloed it, maybe get a fake, pop it in the net. Whatever you want to do. Or even do this. Kill time. Let it bounce up. Let your teammates get in position. Get a 50, pop it out, leave. Let your teammates handle it from here, right? That is so important and is not talked about enough, all right? What you guys can even do with these, because these are designed to be shots, is you guys can actually fake the shot and pass it mid. Practice that. Just give yourself the option to be able to pass it whenever you want, because if you have that up your sleeve, that's a deadly tool that other people are going to have to respect. And if the opponents are respecting the pass so much because you're good at it, then you can start doing this. Bang. They respect the pass too much, punish them, put it in their net, right? That is why being a crucial midfielder that has so many tricks up their sleeve puts the defense in such a hard position over and over every time you get the ball. If you're taking your space when they give it to you, and then banging the ball when they don't give you space, and then passing when you have an option, and then soloing it when you don't have options, the defense is going to go, holy shit. Everything we're doing, he's just countering it. We don't have any boost. He's just suffocating us. You guys see what I'm talking about? How important it is to recognize what you got to do with the ball and make the right decision. The defense is going to crumble every time if you're making the right decisions. You don't even need good teammates at that point. You're literally soloing everything because you're a midfield god. That's the point that I'm trying to get across to you guys. Is obviously you're going to need the mechanics to execute. And that was episode 1, 2, and 3. But now you got the mechanics or you're practicing them. What I'm trying to do is give you that knowledge for when either you have the mechanics or when you learn to get them. Now you can start executing in a way that makes the other team just go, holy crap, bro. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to get to. So we're going to go through every shot here, and we're not going to shoot them. We're just going to learn how to pass mid. So I don't even have to jump off the wall. You see what I'm saying here, guys? If I'm solo, I don't even have to jump off the wall. Let's just let it hit the wall. Fake it. Do whatever. Or you can catch it off the wall, go down, or you can jump off the wall, pass it mid. You guys see all the options you give yourself other than just, herder, I'm going to shoot the ball. You know what I mean? You have so many options in this game, so many things you can do, so much creativity that you give yourself if you're an intelligent player and you have the mechanics to execute it. So I'm trying to bestow some of that intelligence that I didn't find this out by myself. I studied the game. I have coaches that taught me. So it's not like, wow, I'm such a prodigy. I'm so smart. It's more like I've been taught this and I'm trying to pass it on to you guys. Pass the knowledge around, you know? It's so important to be making the right decisions. Like, even if you don't have the mechanics, if you're doing the simple things right and you're making the right decisions, even grand champs will crumble. I'm not even kidding. So it's very important. Even stuff like this, if you just pass it mid, boom, it's a free goal. Obviously, you can go for it, but let's say the other team has the ball here and they're going to clear it. You're like, okay, boom, you're done. Pass mid. You know what I'm saying here? You can go like this. Pass mid. Like this. Nice and high pass. Or your teammate's nice and low. You can get over the ball. Pass mid. Or you're like, I'm going to fake the pass. Slow down. Nice. Catch the ball. Fake it again. Take my space they're giving me. Catch the ball. Someone's going. Okay, I'll flick it by him. Oh, so my teammate's mid now? Pass. Boom. You know what I mean? Like, you can do so many different things with the ball on top of already being able, and this is going to be the next episode, shooting the ball, right? I haven't even covered shooting yet, and we're already getting into how to keep the ball, how to possess the ball, how to pass the ball, the right decisions, and we haven't even covered shooting yet. Imagine the options, guys, that you can give yourself if you have all of these up your sleeve. You can shoot the ball, pass the ball, dribble the ball, whatever. And that's why I'm trying to show you guys this. So just go into these packs, practice passing, practice faking the pass, catching the ball, maybe going for a little air dribble here, right? Whatever you guys want to do, just practice doing different things with the ball. But the most important thing is having that ball control to be able to execute everything we're talking about. So I hope this video helped you guys. I hope the knowledge was something that you guys can take from this video. It's not so much the mechanics, it's the knowledge and knowing what to do in every scenario. And next episode, episode 5, we're going to be covering offense and what to do in offense to really make your opponents crumble under the pressure. So I'll see you guys then. I hope this video helped you. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that follow button, and drop a comment down below if something didn't make sense to you or if you enjoyed the videos. I will be reading the comments. I always do. And if something doesn't make sense to you, next time in a tutorial, I'll make sure to cover it for you guys. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. See you in episode 5.